All right, I don't know that that loaded right. It didn't show the other parts where the show is. YouTube. Hello everyone. Welcome to the show. We're on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and TikTok. And I'm gonna have to look at that. Sometimes this has little oopsies. And we're going to look into some things happening. I always have stuff going on. I work full time in addition to doing this show, so I do my best to juggle everything the best way that I can. All of this with life, and it doesn't always work out. So I haven't been able to post any updates for a day or two. And I just wanted to get it to one here. All of the Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk thing rages on. I'm going to be doing something on that. Not necessarily the conspiracy shit, because it's all getting too fucking crazy. But I'm going to get into that in another video. I wanted to talk about the TikTok sale going through, because there's all the hearsay that you get on there. People are talking about what's what, who it is, and like no one appears to have really legit information. So I'm going to provide you with the information. So TikTok has been sold for $14 billion after years of political and security concerns. The deal involves Oracle, Silver Lake, and MGX. We're going to get into that. I'm going to tell you who these companies are. Taking control of the app, ensuring its future in the U.S., the sale marks a significant change for TikTok's more than 1 billion global users, ending a turbulent chapter for the platform. So let's get into Oracle to start. Now, Oracle's already been part of this process since the beginning. Oracle has been handling the data and the algorithm being sent from the shitbags in China at ByteDance, our commie overlords that just mark everything that you do a community guidelines. You fart and it's a community guideline because it offended somebody else. The site's ridiculous. But we'll start with Oracle Corporation is a leading American multinational computer technology company headquartered in Austin, Texas, founded in 1977 by Larry Ellison, Bob Miner, and Ed Oates. Oracle has grown to become one of the largest software companies in the world. The company specializes in developing and marketing database software, cloud computing solutions, and enterprise software. I know Larry Ellison is supposedly a big donor to Israel. Not going to get into that in this video. Let's just stick with what we've got right now. This is going to be one of our new TikTok overlords. Oracle is renowned for its database software, particularly the Oracle database. The company offers various versions of its database software, including Oracle Database 10G, 11G, and 12C. Is that like crack or you can buy? Each with different features and capabilities. Additionally, we weigh it out, folks, on a scale. Oracle has acquired and developed other database technologies such as Berkeley DB, Oracle RDB, times 10, Oracle Essabase. Is that like Spanish? Oracle Essabase. It's base SA. My SQL and Oracle. I don't give a fuck. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next thing here. That's going to be the second owner here of our new TikTok overlords. This is going to be the global private equity firm Silver Lake. Global private equity firm based in Menlo Park, California, primarily investing in technology and tech-enabled businesses. Founded in 1999, it manages approximately $104 billion in combined assets under management and committed capital, with a team of professionals across North America, Europe, and Asia. So that's another global private equity firm. I have rarely heard good things about private equity firms, but there you go. There's Silver Lake. The final one is MGX. I say final with a caveat because ByteDance itself, or China essentially, is still maintaining like a 20% ownership of the American part. So they are going to have a person on the board with these other owners. So looking at the new ones that are taking over specifically, this is MGX. A state-backed Abu Dhabi fund has surfaced in two of the most scrutinized deals in Donald Trump's second term. It's reportedly set to take a stake in TikTok's U.S. businesses and use a Trump-linked stablecoin for a $2 billion transaction that may have benefited the president's family financially. That's their oh God. That's their, fuck. That's their opinion on the shitbags at Forbes. The Abu Dhabi government created an MGX in March 2024 as a technology investment company tasked with accelerating the development and adoption of AI, advanced technologies through global partnerships, according to a launch announcement. And MGX was launched by Mubadala, Abu Dhabi's sovereign wealth. I thought that was the other part of his name. It's Mubadala, Abu Dhabi's little thing there. Sovereign Wealth Fund and G42, an artificial intelligence holding company in which Microsoft has invested $1.5 billion. The fund targets semiconductors, infrastructure, software, tech-enabled services, life sciences, automation services. The past investments in OpenAI, Anthropic, xAI, Databricks, Altera, and Binance. Sheikh Tahnoon bin Zayed Al Nahyan Al Mainema Al Tulonga chairs MGX's board. He's also... Why do these people... Can someone tell me why their fucking names have to be so long? I'm going to have to do... I understand it's part of their culture, but it just seems to me you did it on purpose. Your culture did it on purpose in order to make you seem more important than you are when people have to say your name. You know, when someone has a really long tire, my name's like Bill S. Preston, Esquire, you know, Ted Theodore Logan, Wild Stallions. But why these people have to have such long fucking names? What is all of this? I'm going to have to do, somebody knows, you can let me know. I'm going to have to do a deep dive at some point. But Sheikh, unless that's his title, it might be Sheikh. So then his name's going to be Tahnoon bin Zayed Al Nahyan, which... Even if you take out the Sheikh, it's still too long. Can I just call you Tahnoon? How about Ta? No, can I call you Noon? There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. He's also the deputy ruler of Abu Dhabi. This is another silly name. The United Arab Emirates National Security Advisor and chair of G42's board, as well as those of four other companies. MGX's CEO, Ahmed Yahi Al-Idrisi, studied at MIT, worked in investment banking, and previously oversaw private equity investments at Mubadala. Asked about the TikTok talks, MGX Chief Communications Officer Noel Camilleri told Forbes on TikTok, "We don't have anything to share at that time." That's helpful. So these are going to be our new TikTok overlords: MGX, Silver Lake, and Oracle. With again, ByteDance in China having a 20% stake still remaining in it, and they will also have a person on the American board. This new board. So we're going from one overlord to another overlord. They're going to be overseeing everything they do. They're going to be hitting this person with a guideline thing for this and that person for that. The question is which way is the pendulum going to swing on this one? And we're gonna find out, I guess. I'm hoping, it goes from overlord to overlord, right? We were all hoping that like one guy that was a rich pro-America guy was going to buy it, and we were all going to be left alone to have our own opinion and free speech on there. And I seriously doubt that's going to happen. So let's see what these three companies do with it. And I hope we get a better experience. Now, the deal is finalizing at this point, as I understand it. It is not... It's been sold. It's going through. It's not completely finalized. I don't know that we have a date currently, because they were talking about this. TikTok sold for $14 billion. Oracle, Silver Lake, and MGX take control. So maybe they are. Maybe that transfer is happening right now. But my understanding was the American users were going to have to download a new app for this, for the an on-ramp for the Americans, because the rest of TikTok isn't changing. In Canada, in Europe, in all around the world, TikTok is staying the same and being controlled by China. This is specifically with America, is us getting a new on-ramp that is controlled by us and these investors now to get onto the TikTok highway and participate with everybody else. But we're going to be treated differently. I don't know, because we're cool. But signed executive order, $14 billion deal that will reshape ownership of the amateur. That brings an end, at least for now, to the threat of nationwide ban. So, we don't have to worry about the ban anymore, obviously. Reduce the stake to less than 20. So ByteDance, TikTok's, again, as I said, China-based company has to reduce its stake in the operation to less than 20%. So it's at 20 or a little below. I'm looking for a date here. Showing that 35% of the deal was over by CNBC, citing Vice President's remarks that the agreement gives a $14 billion valuation. National law. So I'm not really seeing a date here. I mean, my assumption is that's happening now, and they're facilitating the transfer and the creation of the new way to get into this. So we'll see how that comes out. And there's one final thing. I want to know. I'm going to Reddit for this one, which is a dangerous place. I'm going to finalize a video with why Muslims have such long names. So Arabic names were historically based on a long naming system. Most Arabs did not simply have given middle family, but a full chain of names. So there's like a story in their name. The Nasab Arabic is a patronymic, or a series of patronymics. It indicates that the person's heritage by the word IBM, colloquially BIN, Arabic, which means son. In Arabic names, both IBN and bin can be translated as son of. Okay, so like Bin Laden was the son of Laden? The son of Mr. Laden? For example, Muhammad ibn Sayyid ibn al-Aziz is just Muhammad, son of Sayyid, son of Abdul Aziz, who's a son of a gun. You can shorten it and say Muhammad. Well, we appreciate that one. I knew it had to be something like that. It's like they're I guess it's interesting, right? So you've got your family history partially in your name, which can be exhausting because it's like what the Indians did. I am named Eagle that flies over tree during summer of 79. It's like, can I just call you Bob? I don't fucking call you Eagle. Maybe can we shorten it down? I don't need all of this in my life. But it is interesting, and I learned something new. See, I'm not just going to shit on them and be ignorant. I'm going to learn. Muhammad ibn Sayyid ibn Abad al-Aziz is just Muhammad, son of Sayyid, son of Abdul Aziz. Why do you have to have two dads in the name, though? Muhammad is the son of Sayyid, who is the son of Abdul Aziz. So do you have to have dad and grandpa? I don't know. Anyway, this was the sale of TikTok, and these guys who's we know who their dads are now are apparently Mubadala. No, I'm not. You're not tricking me with this again as part of the name. All right. That's it. That's the update. This is the sale of TikTok that's going through. That's your new overlords, Oracle, MGX, Silver Lake, and I'll tell you what is one final thing. I've noticed that, and you guys can test this out too. I noticed that I'm making comments now, and I try to shit on people, and they're not getting removed. And before it was ridiculous. You could go on and say, hey, you're a poopy head. And then it would say your comment's been removed for community guidelines for using like bad language. It was absolutely ridiculous. You couldn't call somebody by a kindergarten name. So you couldn't have any type of free speech at all. You couldn't say what you wanted to say. For gun, you had to say pew pew. It's the stupidest fucking things. So I've noticed that I haven't been flagged for talking shit on there. And I'm wondering if this is either already taken effect, so now it's running by how these guys want it run, and then the rest of the changes we'll see will take effect, or it's in the middle of it, so they've stopped the total dominating oversight. You guys let me know if you're noticing anything on your end where you're not getting hit with so many community guideline strikes or bans on your account or anything. You guys can let me know in the comments if you're seeing any changes. All right, that's the update for today, and I'll have more coming soon with Erica Kirk and information about Epstein names and so on. All right, guys? Like, share, support the show, and subscribe. Thanks. I'll talk to you all soon.